Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, you fantastic people wherever you are. Welcome to Chibi Reads Reddit. I'm your host, DoomChibi99. Today's subreddit is r/Am I the Dingus. So sit back, get cozy, grab a drink, and let's read. Am I the dingus for saying my sister-in-law's way of grieving isn't healthy at all and is being concerned for my niece? My brother Roger and his wife Sandra had their first daughter around 5 months ago. It's been amazing, mainly for my parents who are pleased that my brother has been open to letting them in my niece's life. My parents weren't the best growing up, and Roger cut them out for nearly 16 years. So we're glad our family is healing slowly but surely. Before my brother, Sandra was married to another guy who she hated. I never got the full scoop till about 2 years ago in their relationship. What happened was her ex-husband was supposed to watch their 5-year-old son as she had to work, and instead, he got drunk and passed out on the couch, and the boy ran into the street and got hit and passed away. I've always felt sorry for her, as I couldn't imagine losing my own children, especially that young. Oh my god. The only problem I have is my sister-in-law's attitude when it comes to my niece. She started to treat my niece as if she's her son reborn, saying things like her and Nico, son's name, had the same smile, claiming she's doing things he did when he was born. From the few times I've seen her, I don't live close to my brother, so I can't see them as regularly as my other family. She's either tearing up saying she wished Nico could have seen his baby sister and how good of a big brother he would have been. Oh boy, I think I know where this is heading. It started bothering me, and I don't want my niece to be some sort of therapy doll, as she's her own person. I talked to my parents and my siblings about this, and they agree, saying that they're scared in the future that my niece won't be anything but just Nico 2.0. I decided to talk to Roger about it, invite him to a dinner, and luckily Sandra couldn't make it and stayed home with my niece. I was direct and told him I think her actions are toxic, and he should get her checked out mentally. My brother asked everyone if that's what they thought, and they all said yes. He asked everyone if any of us have lost a kid, if any of us have gone to work a parent and came back to a deceased kid. He said no, we haven't, and so we couldn't understand what Sandra's feeling. He said postpartum has been hell on her, and she's not using my niece as a therapy doll. She's just feeling guilty and sad about freaking Nico. That's it. He said she's just pointing out small things and obviously knows that my niece and Nico are two different people. He said she's vulnerable right now and only needs love and reassurance, that she's a good mom and is doing right by her daughter. And since we can't give her that, he'd like us to stay away from him for a while. He then left and has blocked us on most things. I don't think I was wrong. I'm genuinely concerned for my niece. Am I the dingus? The Magic 8 Ball says 50-50. I mean, yeah, you guys are concerned about your niece, but PPD is, it's pretty bad. I wouldn't know myself, but I feel sorry for Roger and Sandra, but seriously, she needs a little bit more extra help. And if Roger isn't going to see that, then it might be time to call an anonymous tip to CPS. I don't know. Am I the dingus for telling my husband's side chick to stop calling my phone? Abso-freaking-lutely not, but let's dive into the story and see how delulu your husband, or hopefully ex, is. I've been married for 10 years. To think about how far my marriage has come is crazy, because now I have my family I have always wanted, and the kids. My husband and I had our issues, and that's normal in relationships. We learned how to overcome them. I'm 37, he's 39. Times have changed. My husband and I don't talk much, and this started a week ago. I was always the affectionate person to him and anyone. I started to notice he wasn't looking at me like he used to, telling me he loved me, all the normal things he used to do, but he stopped for some reason. I tried to talk to him about it with him. I asked him, why did he change? And why is he acting like I'm a stranger? He would be out late, coming back smelling like woman's perfume. Whenever he texts, he leaves the room. that only started arguments, so I stopped asking because my mind was telling me something else was going on. So I let him have his moment. When he started to go out late by that time, I knew what was going on. But I didn't have proof. What's the Magic 8 Ball saying now? I did my things around the house and I ignored him. When he would talk to me, I didn't say anything because I couldn't bear another argument. 1 week later, our marriage is still like this. I didn't care anymore because he didn't. Throughout the week, I kept getting calls from this one number that wouldn't stop calling me, so I blocked them, but that didn't stop. I said if they keep calling, I will answer and cuss them out because it was getting overwhelming. On that one day, I actually answered. There was a woman at the end, and I couldn't really make out what she was saying because she was breathing hard. I wasn't going to do the mind game, so I asked what they wanted. This was the moment when I knew everything was about to turn around. The woman asked if I was my husband's wife, and I told her yes. I was nervous about what she was going to say. I was told she knows my husband because they've been messing around for a year, and she knew about me, but after she found out she was pregnant, he told her we were getting divorced, and now she is 7 months pregnant, but he hasn't been answering her calls. She's in college, and she said she was crying because she said her mom would hate her for having a baby in college. I don't even know why I entertained her call. During the call, she sent a video of my husband and her on a date or something, and a video of her belly. She did look around 22 to 24. That's the only proof I have. Guys, my heart dropped. I took a moment in silence to collect myself because I was already boiling and tears were running down my eyes. I found it strange she found my number and proceeded to ask him where my husband was at. It was a slap in the face. She only called to ask for him. I had no emotion, no thought to continue talking, so I told her to stop calling my number. Still can't get over it. For a year? I established that I wasn't going for this because I was only going to get let down and drained in this marriage. So I decided I needed to get away with the kids. Am I the dingus? As I've stated before, abso-freaking-lutely not. Your hopefully ex-husband is playing idiotic games and he's going to win the most idiotic prize of them all, which is going to be abso-freaking-lutely nothing. I kind of hope that side piece will do okay with that kid, whether she gives it up for adoption or not, but yeah, divorce, keep your kids, make sure he gets no custody, because it sounds like he's kind of a deadbeat. And finally, from the wedding drama subreddit, we have, am I the dingus for not wanting to invite a lifelong friend to my wedding? Need advice. I am new to Reddit and need your advice. I am sorry, it is going to be a little bit of a longer text. Since the age of 5, I, 25 female, have been in a friend group consisting of Anne, 27, Laura, 26, and Judith, 27. My mom is and was close friends with the mother of Anne, so we always were meeting up and even went on vacations together throughout the years. The problem was and still is that I never really felt close to Anne. She is somebody who needs the attention of people, needs to be the life of the party. I, however, was a shy little girl and still am an introverted person. I just like to not be around many people and have my quiet time. I can relate. In hindsight, Anne always loved to be the older person of the both of us and kind of like controlling me. Sometimes she seemed to care, but afterwards it was all about her. She always got what she wanted. Whenever I shared secrets with her, like you do with a friend, it quickly was no secret anymore. She always has this overwhelming confidence. When I got together with my fiance, she wanted us to meet for a pool party. She got naked in front of him and jumped into the pool. I think you get the idea of her. As our friend group got older, we split up to all go to different states for university. Anne was the only one who stayed in our hometown. I really like to be away and finally do what I wanted to do. Discover myself, find new friends. 2 years passing, Anne called me and told me she was getting married. It was a surprise as she had a new boyfriend of a few months. She wanted Judith and me to be her maids of honor. She wanted it to be the two of us because we were living far away, and as two people, we were able to plan things to get better. I was 21 at the time and really didn't want to be a maid of honor with all the responsibility at the time. I had to invest. It was only because of Judith that I said yes. I will just quickly summarize. Judith at one point wasn't a maid of honor anymore, and I had to do everything by myself. I even called Anne one day and told her I don't want to be the maid of honor, as I have to deal with university and am living far away. Honestly, we were not even good friends by then. Anne cried and I ended up still being the maid of honor. Anne told everyone at the wedding that I was her best friend. I have no idea why. Everything was crap for me. I couldn't do a good job as maid of honor, and I do not want to be friends with Anne anymore. We did not get into a fight or something, but I just decided to silently decide for myself because I hate confrontation like this. After university, I moved to a different city. It still is far away from my hometown. Anne texted me one time to meet up, but I kindly turned down the offer. My mom told me, she knows from Anne's mother, that Anne is very sad, not in a good place mentally, and always complains about having no friends. I think she wants us to get into contact again, but I really don't want to. I mean, Anne does not make any moves in calling or texting me either, so why should I? Laura and I have remained best friends over the years. We call each other weekly, text, and are just curious about the life of the other. We visit each other, and I really just like the friendship. I'd call her my best friend. Judith and I are still friends too. We just don't text frequently or see each other often, but I still see her as my friend. Fast and forward. My fiance, 26 male, and I are getting married next year. I'm so excited and getting to planning now. Laura is going to be my maid of honor. The wedding party is supposed to be in my parents' garden, so in my old hometown. As I am, my fiance is an introvert too, and we just like it quiet. So our wedding ceremony is going to be very intimate and private. I just want close family and Laura with us that day. For the little party afterwards, I want to invite a few of my school friends from my hometown. I do not want to invite Anne. Now, here's the problem. My mom really wants me to invite Anne, mainly because she is friends with Anne's mom and doesn't want the friendship to break over this, but also because Anne invited me to her wedding. As I did not break off the friendship with Anne, just decided this in silence for myself, I kind of feel weird not inviting her. She would be so sad and mad if I am a people pleaser. Ugh, it sounds stupid. If I would invite her, I know this would be all about herself. Her husband is an attention seeker too, so it kind of would be about the two of them. I just don't want people like this in my life anymore. What should I do? Am I the dingus if I do not invite her? No way, Jose, but you might be the dingus if you do invite her. Also, you might want to show your mom this post, and if she keeps up, then you can say, fine, you and Anne's mom can go do something else. You're not coming to my wedding. You might have to change the venue, though, but it might have to come down to the point that you might not be able to invite your mom if she keeps this up. Boundaries must be placed. Make sure you got security and a backup venue just in case. Again, better safe than sorry, but yeah, Anne sounds like super high maintenance, and I think you should publicly announce that the friendship's over. You don't want anything to do with her anymore. But that's my 5 cents. What do you guys think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you agree? Disagree? I don't know. Looks like we've reached the end of today's video. But fret not, I'll be back tomorrow with more Reddit stories just for you. Want to get notified of the next video? Tap that bell icon. Want to subscribe? Tap the button. It's completely free. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, catch you later, my Chibi Dominators.